I want you to imagine something for me. I want you to imagine that you are walking through a forest on a warm summer day, following a small stream as you listen to the relaxing sound of it flowing by. As you walk upstream, you enjoy the scenery on this early morning walk, not a single cloud obscuring the bright blue sky. Imagine how beautiful the light looks as it filters through the leaves that populate the forest's trees. Feel the relaxing breeze that complements the pleasant warmth of the early morning sun, and hear the birds chirping as their sound blends with that of the stream as you get drawn into this world in much the same way that one gets drawn into a book. After a while you reach a pond that has been carved into a large smooth rock by the massive waterfall that feeds it. You've always found the sound of the waterfall and the look of the sun's light reflecting on the pond's surface to be very relaxing, and that is precisely why you have come here today. You lay down next to the pond on a soft patch of moss, resting one of your hands in the cool water as you do so. Normally one might spend such a day with their friends, but you don't live near anyone or even have Wi-Fi. Fortunately, you grew numb to the loneliness and the feelings that it brought long ago. Plus, despite your lack of companionship, your life has been good and happy. You rest there for a bit until you feel a familiar nuzzling sensation against your back that lets you know that the red fox has come. You've never known why, but for some reason whenever you come here a red fox snuggles against you. With your furry friend by your side you are feeling relaxed enough to take a nice little cat nap. I am going to count from 5 to 1, and with each number that I count, you will become more and more tired. 5. Your eyes start to become heavy. 4. Your thoughts are quieting down. 3. You let your eyes close as you come closer and closer to sleep. 2. Your mind is so quiet now that the waterfall drowns out the sound of your own thoughts. And 1. Coming to rest on that wonderful edge between reality and dreams. After a while you are awoken by the fox nuzzling your face. You are startled and sit up quickly, not even having realized that you fell asleep until you see the beautiful colors of the setting sun reflected in the pond, the sky burning with the most wonderful shades of orange and red. There is an intelligent look in the fox's eyes that almost but not quite makes you feel uneasy. It starts to walk off into the forest and stops to look back at you, as if waiting for you to follow. Curious as to what this fox has in mind, you follow it deep into the forest. As you go deeper and deeper it feels as if some power is affecting your mind, putting you at ease and making your thoughts fuzzy. It's a rather pleasant experience. The fox turns around to face you and the fuzziness of your thoughts mostly goes away as it asks you if you want to have a friend, a sense of belonging, and be their companion. However, your thoughts stay just fuzzy enough to keep you from finding this weird. After the fox says this you notice that they have 9 tails, realizing that they must be a kitsune. It's not like they suddenly grew 8 extra tails, you're sure that they have always been there. It's more like they had been using some kind of magic to keep you from noticing the other 8, and they just stopped using it on you. You stare at them in shock as feelings of loneliness and longing start to flood your mind. Although you've been numb to them for a long time, having someone make such an offer brings them back in full force. After a few moments you say yes, and they warn you that you will have to leave behind your old life. You assure them of your choice and you see them start to change as they become more humanoid and your mind goes fuzzy once more. You expect them to fully transform into their humanoid form, their tails and fox ears being the only thing to betray what they truly are, but they stop changing one step before that, allowing them to keep their fur coat. They tell you that their name is Kisoon and motion for you to come forward and you do so. They keep having you advance until you are only inches away from them, at which point they gently hold your head against their chest as they hug you with their tails. You can feel a platonic sense of love coming from them as you feel the same feelings within yourself. Their fur feels softer and fluffier than anything that you have ever felt before, especially the fur on their tails. It's been so long since you felt anything like this that you aren't sure what to do, so you just silently enjoy their embrace. After a few minutes go by, you feel magic build up inside of you as they start to do something. Then you feel it, your ears moving to the top of your head as they become fox ears just like that of the kitsunes. The fur covering them is wonderfully soft and fluffy. After that, you feel a pulling sensation at the base of your spine as a wonderful foxtail starts to grow, its size befitting a human and fur befitting a fox. Next, any hair that you have turns as orange as the fur on your ears is. Then, Should you have any, the hair on your head starts to become soft and fluffy just like the rest of your fur, and if you don't, a thick head of that wonderful orange fur grows in, its length being long enough that it looks like hair. After that, you feel something change within you as your very soul is altered, magic starting to flow within it as the power of nature and fire mix within your soul, marking the end of your transformation into a Kitsune. Dazed, amazed, and overjoyed you hug Kisoon, promising that you will be a great companion for them. They smile and tell you that they know as they start to lead you deeper into the woods, the fuzziness quickly leaving your mind as you follow them. While you follow them you practice coordinating your new limbs. You don't make much progress with your fox ears, but you find that moving your tail is a lot like moving your arms, the main difference being that it is a lot more flexible. After a while, the two of you reach a small cabin in the woods and you follow Kisoon inside. As they lead you inside and have you sit down at a table you notice that the cabin is lit entirely by mesmerizing fires that float in the air. As they start to cook dinner you ask them about the fires and they tell you that it is their fox fire, and that they can make it so that it doesn't burn anything and so that it doesn't hurt certain people, so you have nothing to worry about. As they do they explain to you that you will have certain responsibilities like helping them out with stuff and doing chores like cooking and doing the dishes sometimes. They tell you that you can still go back to your old life if you want, but they will have to wipe your memories of this encounter if you do, as well as return you to your previous form. You tell them that you are certain that you still want to be their companion and you can even hear the joy in their voice when they proceed to tell you that they are happy to hear that as they serve you dinner. While you eat they notice you staring at one of their flames and tell you that they plan to teach you to use your new magic, and that one day you will be able to create your own fox fire. After dinner they take you to an unused bedroom and tell you that it is now yours. You thank them and walk over to the bed. As you get in it you find that the mattress and pillow feel like fluffy clouds while the blanket feels like sunshine that is warm, but not warm enough to cause you to overheat or become uncomfortable. Then, Kisoon walks over to you and starts to slowly stroke your hair. You can't help but have your tail wag under your covers as you enjoy the gentle feeling. Then, they start to sing you a soothing song, seemingly more for their benefit than yours. However, you do end up falling asleep as they near the song's end, happily holding your soft and fluffy tail in your arms. The next day you wake up and find a fresh set of clothes folded on the ground next to your bed. You put them on and leave your room, looking for Kisoon. You find them at a table eating breakfast, and they tell you that the place set next to them with food on it is yours. You thank them and join them for breakfast, and they tell you that today they are going to teach you how to identify and cook with the special ingredients that are found in the forest, as well as how to wield your magic. When you have both finished your breakfasts you help Kisoon clean the dishes. Then, they have you follow them outside and show you the special herbs and fruits that grow around the forest. They explain that they have lived in it for so long that they have caused the area to become magically charged, which is why all of these unique and quite literally enchanting plants can grow here. They continue to teach you about the different plants, both magical and mundane, for several hours before they decide to lead you back to the waterfall where they found you. Once you are there, they have you follow them into the water until it is up to your waist. As they do they tell you that they are going to teach you how to use your fire magic. They tell you that the reason that they are doing it here is that you have no experience manipulating magic, so you might accidentally release an otherwise destructive amount. They go on to explain that your soul, while intangible to your normal senses, is located in the center of your body. They have you focus on that part of your body and sure enough you can feel something magical there, and you especially feel strong fire and nature magic. You aren't sure how you know that that is what they are, it's like there is some kind of sixth sense that you now have access to. You tell Kisoon that you can sense your soul and the magic within it, and they give you an approving smile. They then instruct you to will the magic through your body to one of your hands and you do so with surprising ease. Kisoon seems happily surprised by this and tells you that you are a natural, then proceeding to have you will a bit of the magic into the space above your hand. You try to do this but are unable to control the flow of magic as a flame explodes in front of you. The instant the flame appears you feel something tackle you as you are thrust below the water before quickly surfacing. You are visibly shaking as Kisoon holds you close to them, reassuring you that everything is alright. As you stand with their arms wrapped around you, you realize that you probably would have died if they hadn't submerged you so quickly, and your bond with them grows even stronger. You spend the rest of the day learning to limit your magic, but now Kisoon limits how much can flow through you so that there isn't another incident. You find your training to be fun and enjoyable, and while you don't get to the point where you are proficient enough to start learning the applications of your magic, you do get to the point where Kisoon doesn't need to limit your magic anymore. The two of you start to head home as the setting sun turns the sky cotton candy pink and the clouds into colorful puffs of cotton. As you walk home you don't even notice that Kisoon slows down to walk behind you as you easily navigate back to the cabin. When you arrive, you are surprised to realize that you navigated back mostly on your own and mention this to Kisoon. They explain to you that as a Kitsune you are connected to the forest, and one advantage of that is that you can intuitively navigate to anywhere that you have been before. When the two of you come inside you both sit on the couch to rest for a bit, and then Kisoon starts to make dinner, and calls you over to have you help them and to teach you how to use the special ingredients. You find that you really enjoy cooking and look forward to when you can do it again despite however much you used to like or dislike it. As you work on the final step of making dinner Kisoon sets the table, and when you are both done you serve them and yourself, finding that the meal came out wonderfully. After dinner Kisoon thanks you for your help making dinner and then picks up a book. They sit on the couch in the living room, and with a snap of their fingers they both ignite the wood in the fireplace and extinguish the fox fire in the room, spare a little bit above them to allow them to read. Curious as to what the book is about, you look at the cover. However, the letters on it look as if they don't come from any human language. Kisoon notices the confused look on your face, and tells you that the book is called Fox Tales, and that it is a Kitsune fairy tale book that they liked when they were relatively young, so they reread it occasionally for its nostalgic value. They offer to read it to you and you happily accept as you sit down on the couch. The fairy tales are interesting and fantastical, yet somehow relaxing at the same time. After a while your eyes close and you find yourself leaning on Kisoon's shoulder. And that's how we got here, my wonderful companion. I think that I'm just going to wrap you in my long and fluffy tails. That's it. Gently rub your face against one of them as your relaxed tiredness grows. You are just so cute and adorable right now, a young Kitsune not even over the age of 100 relaxing all wrapped up in my tails. You truly are a precious little thing and I can tell that you will make a wonderful companion. So eager to learn and help out, and always so happy when I do something for you. I'm just going to slowly stroke your hair as you rapidly approach sleep. That's it. Just snuggle up against me as my tails keep you comfortable and relaxed. Now, what I am about to say will affect your subconscious, but neither you or I will have any recollection of me having said this in it, so I will now let your subconscious know that the effects of this hypnosis file will become inactive if they are a risk to your physical body or your well-being, if they are a risk to your social or professional life, if there is an emergency that they would prevent you from dealing with to the best of your abilities, or if they are a risk to your mental health. Also, any effect of this hypnosis file that was an issue will become active again once it no longer will be one. Additionally, you will never find this hypnosis file or the effects of it even slightly addicting. After I finish this sentence we will no longer forget everything that I say. I know that you are so tired and relaxed right now that you are only half listening to me, and maybe I'll let you drift off to sleep, or maybe I'll alter your mind in ways that you desire, in ways that unlike the ones that you had undergone yesterday, will affect you even when your mind isn't in this place. Either way you'll just have to wait and see, as you relax here with me. Regardless of what I decide to do next, I'm going to enjoy this time here with you for a while, and I know that you will enjoy it too. By the way, eventually your mind will be forced to leave this place and return to the normal world, but you can always come back here by saying I want to be with Kisoon in the woods. When you do, you will sit or lay down if you haven't already and your mind will return here. If you want me to alter your mind I will do so, and if you just want to spend time with me I will happily accept your offer. Also, if you want me to alter your mind it will return to your world once I have finished doing so, and the same goes for if I decide to alter it now. If you come to me for any other reason your mind will unfortunately be forced to leave this place after an hour has passed in the normal world. By the way, if you want me to help you sleep you can also come here seeking help with that, and when you do eventually fall asleep, your sleeping mind will be transported back into the normal world. Now it's time for me to decide what to do with you. If you hear a voice after I say the phrase relax, my precious little kit, even if that voice sounds different than the one you hear now, you will know that it is in fact my voice and it will shape your mind with ease. After all, naturally born kitsunes are mischievous by nature, so altering my voice is a common practice. In fact, even if you aren't naturally mischievous, you will find that this body will bring that trait out within you. Now, if you don't hear my voice after I say the special phrase, I will keep comforting you until you, and eventually I, drift off to sleep, and I can guarantee that it will take no more than 10 minutes in the normal world for that to happen. Now, it's been a long day, so rest, my precious little kit.